Hello, creatives. Welcome to Artist Star. My name is Beth, and I am at the gallery today for the Zodiac series. This reading is for Scorpio. So this is a new reading, Scorpio. It's a new spread. I call it Pushing the Creative Envelope. It's one of mine, and it goes like this. This first row here is what needs to be brought to my attention concerning my current creative energy levels. So we have the well of infinite creativity to represent that. This row is what past experience should I revisit at this time for new insight. So we have your correlating major arcana card, which is the death card here. And then this row is what else would Source like to share that would be helpful to consider in order to deepen my soul's creative journey. So here you are as the artist, an open vessel ready to receive. So I got started by pulling a card from the Soul's Journey deck, and you got Trust. Interesting message here. It is, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Well, the twist in that is you've got to listen to it. So it talks about being open to that intuition and to just that it all begins there with the listening to your inner voice, that you can need to exercise it like a muscle. And when you determine that it is feeling right, that wisdom of that rightness will spread out and influence everything that you do. Decisions will be made easier, and your soul, as you know, wants what is best for you. And you've got to learn to trust that inner voice. But you first have to remember to exercise it. Very important message there, because it's easy to just roll with it every day, feeling like you're on it, but it's really taking it for granted and not really paying homage to it, because you just really need to say thank you every day. And the card that I pulled to accompany it in the Starseeds, gratitude. So show that gratitude. Take a couple of minutes with your cup in the morning and just say thank you. And that acknowledge, I will listen to my inner voice. Help guide me with it. So gratitude, universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Even just staying open to that, right? Stop and smell the roses kind of thing. It will be there, and it will allow you to just check in. So that's what we pulled for you first off. So let's check in with the creative energy level and see where we're at. So we got the Four of Wands, King of Clubs, and the Letter. Very interesting. So right off, I'm getting that you have just completed something incredibly satisfying, and you did it really well and with much nobility, and that you've been receiving from Spirit these accolades for doing a job well done. So yeah, the Four of Wands is about having shelter, having a happy home life, and having that be peace and commitment. So whatever it was that I say that you had just finished or has you in this really sweet spot has been very satisfying. It had to be because of the King of Clubs in that upright position. He is service to the greater good on many levels, and it's that nobility and that smartness and that able to do the right thing at the right time, good judgment. You're at the top of your intellectual knowledge-seeking game. It's old soul knowledge. Really nice. So this is the ability to make a difference when the opportunity of transformation arrives. Yeah, it's a lot of energy to accomplish a lot of stuff. It is action-oriented. And in the cards of truth, it's air energy and encompasses that 7, 8, and 9. So 7, that spiritual nature, what includes the tower energy. So even when Pluto blows things up, you're able to hold it and get through it and do that really on a high energy level. Very nice. And it also counterbalances anything else that might be more of a negative energy. So beautiful that you got this here and that you are riding that wave. Really, really nice. And seriously, perfect time to bring that meditation and that trusting that inner voice, saying thank you for it. Perfect timing for this. So yeah, let's move on to the second row and see what past experience should I revisit at this time for new insight. Because my gut feeling is that you've finished something and you're resting, but you want something again down the road. The kings don't really rest. There's always something for the kings to do. Like I said, there's that 7 energy where things fall apart, but you're able to scrape it back together, or bits and pieces enough, and make something grand out of it. And the 8s, which are that validating energy of the clubs, which is all about that knowledge and being able to see your own worth through it. And the 9s, which is that Ketu energy. 8's a Rahu, which you can go exploring and bring it back to experiment and explore. And the 9s, which is that Ketu energy, where you've willingly are looking to let go of some preconceived idea. Oh, perfect Pluto energy. Okay, so let's move on to this row, and what experience should you revisit in order to take that next step? Okay, so we are talking about some experience where you have felt that time of need of growth. That's all been well and good, right? But now, not so sitting in it as happy as you were, that you're feeling that nudge to start again with the creative process. So, yeah. So remember one of those when the 3 of Hearts wasn't quite as happy as you remember it. It is something that, that little bit of dissatisfaction, looking to do something new, something creative, something emotionally satisfying, and you've pretty much rode your wave to the end, and it's now time to start to paddle out and catch a new wave. That's that 3 of Hearts. It's Mars energy, so it's action oriented. It's how we go after what we like and how we deal with what we don't like. It's Temperance energy in the cards of truth. So that being said, it's that weighing and balancing. So it is flying apart, it is moving away, it is time to let go and let something new in. And yeah, it's also, interestingly, a devotion to Source. Gotta love that, because that is trusting that inner voice. And look what you get. You get the Clover card. Lucky. Yes. So, remember that? Remember when that happened and what that felt like? Okay, so that's the energy that Source would suggest that you seek now or when you're ready. And perhaps that will come to you in some kind of written form. You know, it could be anything. That letter is, of course, from a very long, old time ago where that's all there was pen and paper. So now we've got so many other modes of information and correspondence coming to us that it could even mean something from spirit. So yeah, get ready for that. Yes, and go ahead, feel lucky, because that is definitely there for you. So let's move on to the third row. And what else would Source like to share that would be helpful to consider in order to deepen your soul's creative journey? So we got the Page of Wands in reverse, Ten of Hearts in reverse, and the Gentleman card. Well, it's nice that you get the Gentleman card here. I'm going to say that first because it brings this really warm connotation, masculine energy, right energy, and this energy of reading the spread for you and doing it as best as I can. And truth will be told and something will resonate if I do this correctly. So hopefully I do. Hopefully you're receiving the message and something is ringing true for you. Please let me know in the comments below if it does. I love to see how these things turn out, because it is much like the King of Clubs here, where that energy counteracts anything that might not be at the top of the game, and which would relate to this Page of Wands being in reverse. It really is just simply saying that you're not quite sure of what you can commit to at this time, that you're still kind of wandering and looking around and waiting to see what you can connect to. So it really is just remembering this experience of it being time to, as I said, paddle out for that new wave. And the Ten of Hearts, that is not really seeing what direction to go to at this time. This is the popularity card, and it's in reverse. It is rewards for hard-working efforts. You know, whatever you put in, you get back. This is the, I call the umbrella card, because it covers the entire path of your life, your journey. So yeah, it is you just looking around, not really sure where to put that energy yet. And it can be all about that loving kindness, that when you give, you receive. It's that, but it is also adopting a noble, loving character. So guard against being stuck in that matrix of woe is me, or that selfishness, or taking too much without giving. It is really hearkening back to that gratitude of that inner voice and just saying thank you, and basically not getting too big for your britches, and being able to look back and say thank you for whatever it is that Source will bring to me in my next leg of the journey, because it's definitely coming. And yeah, I doubt that if you do get into that mode of not selfishness, because that doesn't really feel right from this spread, but it does feel like it's just time to once again deeply express your gratitude and ask your guides to really bring that inner voice to your ear, because I'm really, really feeling that for you here. All right. Well, I hope this resonates, and I've got one more thing for you. This is Chin Tung, the Chinese fortune-telling sticks. We're just going to get one out here, see which one wants to come out with this one right here. Your offer will soon be accepted. Wow. Well, that's an interesting one to get, isn't it? So it looks like there will be some decision making, something coming of this riding the new wave, and you will be right back in the noble seat, enjoying. Oh, that's beautiful. And I love that it is for the greater good, service to society. You are able to do that. Top of your game, Scorpio. I love it. And as you know, with the death card as your tarot, it is all about off with the old and in with the new. Yes, you do it very well, reevaluating and able to do that clearly on a noble, high energy level. So best of luck to you, and thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and the like button too. And as always, happy creating.